Okay, I'm going to start to build this grill. And so the first thing that I want to do is on the front face, I need to add some detail in order to get this detail in here. Ooh, Control Z that. I accidentally selected something with the tool active and hit something, and bad things happened. I'm going to go File, Save As, hit the little plus symbol because I've done a lot since the last time I saved. I'm going to pick that edge at the top and hold my Control key down and get this edge down here. I should have two edges selected. If I look at I can get it to open up for me right here. I should see I've got two edges selected. Good, two edges selected. I'm going to click the Connect button, the menu here. I don't just want one edge. I want two edges. I want two edges, and let's see. Um, because those two edges are different size, it's giving me this crazy. But I know I can hack it. I will hack it. I'll take those two edges. That's good. Let me get on my vertices. This vertex. Let me look at its x, y, and z. Its x is, and I think the number that I want is the z value, negative 7.493. I'm going to copy that. Control C. I'm going to click on this guy right here, and maybe it's not z. Maybe it is x. X is negative 4.53. Yeah, that's what I want. I want its x value. So I'm going to go copy its x value, Control C, come down to this bottom vertex, and I'm going to paste that x value there. Hit the enter key, and look, it lined it up nice and pretty for me. This other one, let me look at its x value, 4.533. I'll copy that, Control C, come down to the bottom vertex, paste that, and now those are lined up nice and perfect, beautiful. So they're both lined up. And let's see, did I get lucky here? And by dumb luck, they're about far enough apart. They're as close to the this as I need. They're setting up the structure that I can get this grill right here. Now, I got both those edges selected. I want to put in two more edges, so I'll click the Connect menu, and it'll give me two more edges, and I'll click OK. And I'm going to put one of those edges up here at the top, and then grab the other one and move it down towards the bottom. And then I'm going to grab this polygon right here in the middle of this face, and I'm going to call this one the grill face. Now, let me get my material editor up right here, and I'm going to make this just a regular physical material. Double click that, and I'm going to call it grill face. Not grill face. All right, and then a map I want to put on it. Let me see, some kind of a hatch. Do they have some kind of a hatch for me here? Let me hit the pause. So now I'm going to apply to this material. I'm going to apply a checker map. So let me grab a checker and bring this in here, and let me plug that checker into the base color map, and let me see how this is looking. All right, so I've got a great big checker, a white and a black section here. But I'm going to click on the checker map, and I'm going to change its tiling to like 300 by 300. So 300 in U and 300 in V on the tiling right here. And when I go to run that now, I got this nice hatch kind of pattern here. If I look at this right here, it does kind of have that look. But I'm going to change my colors from white and black on my checker. If I double click this, I can see white and black are my two colors. I'm going to change one of them to be kind of goldish. Now let me see what my checker's looking like. Ooh, nice. So that's got kind of a nice little texture to it that I've created with that. And now I need to start thinking about how I'm going to create all this other structure right here. And I think the best way to do it is to just build one box round its corners, and then just clone it all the way across. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. So let's get that rolling. So I'm going to turn off polygons right here because I'm done messing with the main TV here. I'm going to go to the Create tab, and I will create. Let's switch to the front view, zoom in on the area where I want to do this, and let me click and drag out a box. All right, clicked and dragged out a box, and let me switch to the Modify tab, and I'm going to call this Grill Segment. So grill segment. If I really wanted to be technical, I could call it 001, and then when I make all the clones, it'll give me all of my clones there. And how many am I going to want? Let's see. One on the edge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There's 25 of them bad boys all the way across. That's a lot of them. Modify tab here. Let me switch back to perspective. This thing is currently stuck inside the TV. Let me pull it out of the TV and then push it back into the TV. And some of the detail here. These segments in the front here, I probably want those 3. I'm going to want some detail, and on this side. That's going to let me round. In fact, I think I've got what I need in order to round them. Yeah. Let me give myself some height segments, like, I think the chamfer will just take care of it. I'm just going to chamfer that round that edge. So I'm going to turn off the Move tool. I will right-click the box. So here, this is something that some of you missed previously. But yeah, if I'm going to put 25 of these in there, let's see. That I want to reach a little above and below. Back to the front view here. Move tool. That's good, top and bottom. This one definitely goes right to the very edge, and it's too wide. There we go. I want that thinner, about like that thin. All right. Now, with that set about right there, I'll right-click it and make it into an editable poly. And now that it's an editable poly, I can grab its edges. Switch back to the perspective viewport. Take a look at this thing. There it is. Did Armando come back? Excellent. Edgar's back, isn't he? Long time ago. And it looks like eHall Pass is messing up. I want to get the edges just around the edge of this shape. So I'm going to click on these edges. And then along the bottom, if you pick them all right, you should have 8 edges selected. Let me see what happens when I click chamfer. Whoa, crazy stuff happens. So zero it all out first, and then let's see. I think 4 chamfer edges should be fine. And there we go. I've rounded the edges. And that does round that. Okay, I'm going to take that. And I also want to round these edges. So hold my control key down, double click, come up to the top. My control key down, click, double click, hold control key down, click, double click. And if I press my Z key now, I should be able to see that I've got those edges selected at the bottom and the edge is selected up there at the top. And I'll watch what happens here when I hit the chamfer tool. And now I've rounded those edges. I'll just take the settings from the last time I used it. And now those are looking good. I'll turn off edges. Um, this thing is really big. I made it unnecessarily large. Before I clone it out, I'm going to take away a lot of that detail and just shrink that down. Move this in a little bit. Let me change back to view. That in a little bit. Shrink it down. That should be good. Now it's kind of got the look that I want it to have. So I'm going to get the move tool. Now, front viewport. I don't think I got space for 25 of these. If I pull out one of these and give it a little gap, I'll go ahead and tell it to make, 24 more. Let me see what happens. And let's make them instances. That way, change one, change them all. And I'll click OK. And man, that was just about perfect. Let me Control Z. I need to move it just a little bit more. So I'm holding my Shift key down and a little bit bigger gap. Hopefully I got it right. And I'll set it to make 24 and hit the Enter key. Okay. Too big that time. Control Z. So the first time I did it, it was great. Just about. So it was too big the first time, too little the first time, too big the second time. 24 of them. Let me click OK and see what happens. Oh man, did I nail it? I had to try 3 times, but pretty much nailed it. Cool. Now let me move back a little bit here. Let me get on the render tool and see how this thing is looking. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm very happy with the result. All right, cool. So I guess one of the last things that I would want to do would be I'd want to paint all those objects. In fact, you know what I think I want to do? Let's see here. Let me select all those objects. I've got them all selected. But when I did that, I also got more than I wanted. I also got the TV. Let me deselect the TV. So the TV is deselected. I got 25 objects selected, just like I expect, because I know I made 25 of them. I'm going to right click and I'm going to hide unselected. So all I have left there is just my grill. And these things, I'm going to group them together, and I'll call this grill elements. And then I'll open up my material editor and I will give them that goldish material that I gave them. And I'll assign it to the selection. And then I will unhide all. And I want an orthographic viewport. Bad booth. Switch to perspective. Mouse out a little bit. Maybe, yeah. And let me see what it's looking like. Yeah, not half bad. I did something to my screen here, though. I'm going to have to fix that eventually because I broke something. But the grill looks good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this video.